Did I tell you about that interview I read with Gary Indiana and Gus Van Sant? Which Indiana was talking about. This is Gary Indiana. You should buy these books. He's talking about people his age and my age, we're about the same age, that we trained ourselves to become serious literary writers, and that training takes a long time, decades sometimes. By the time we get to the end of the training, the audience for that kind of work has disappeared. So I think you see a lot of people taking that pop edge because they're just not going to get an audience the other way.
So you feel that's the direction they're going for success immediately, right?
No, that's the direction they're going to find any kind of an audience. As opposed to, that kind of MFA collegiate audience, that just is deadening.
You think they're consciously doing that?
Yeah.
So there's no form that one can take to maintain an audience over a period of time?
Yeah, there is a form, but it's finding that form and how you can do it yourself, how you can make it work with your voice, one's own voice. So something like Summer Ho Chi Minh Died is a little more poppy than I would have written it 20 years ago. Because without that, it's just not going to relate to anybody.
You intentionally did that with the language in it?
Yeah, when I did the fourth round on it.
Knowing that it would be like a period piece almost, or?
No, knowing that if it didn't have some pop element in it, I wouldn't have an audience for it.
After a certain amount of time?
Yeah, at the point at which a guy at Crown wanted to see it.
Mm-hmm.
He was aware, I was aware that was the case. I just hadn't heard anybody articulate it that way.
Right.
Until I read that.
As opposed to what? Is there another alternative? Finding a personal form that has more longevity, like your poems, possibly?
Well, those are poppy too. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, I'm just saying, is there another example of something that isn't in a pop?
Not that succeeds that I can think of. That kind of earnest literary aesthetic is just kind of exhausting. It's in the novel.
That's what I was wondering. Okay.
Just kind of exhausting. So anyway, there's this brand new stuff I've just done. I'll read a couple things out of it. It's the epigraph here is, kissing builds up your mouth. Wavy gravy. This is for November. Leaves turn dull underneath. Rose petals fall. Soon raindrops streak the window glass. Yes, I'm leaving from here to there, somewhere. Here, a presence already absent, a blur, imagining getting onto the plane. Remember greyhounds? Slow travel. Awake on speed, 19 hours. Nursing a pint or burning a quick joint downtown shy. Staring at the Picasso. Trying to explain Stein to your next seatmate. Being put out on the side of the road by the driver. Here, now richer, lay a 2-hour vapor trail against the sky. A white space, silence or nothing. Listen, I want to say here, now, today, and make it possible. Back to essentials, pen or pencil, notebook, self and others, time. Learn to daydream again, read the signs of a day. Listen for the song to come from anywhere. Learn again to play. The one thing, dignity of human life, lived day to day, enduring story. I, John of Pit 33, no more drama than that.
That last reference, I, John of Pit 33, that was, from Creeley and Olson's, kind
Well,
of take on.
that was, according to Olson, one of the first known records of human expression. It was written out.
Right.
It was carved in stone, I guess, or
Mm, Just,
it's about location. Location.
right, and it connects with the poem in what way, or don't you want to talk about that?
It reduces it to its most essential element. Just tracking of a life.
Mhm. And does that, that connects up with Olson's in later, Shadow on the Rock, or what was that line?
What probably connects up with all of it. And later, my father, a shadow on the rock. It's from I'm Maximus out of Gloucester. Here's one. It talks about that death of that aesthetic.
The aesthetic that you were talking about earlier?
Yeah, that kind of earnest attempt to connect with people through a certain kind of literary mimicking of reality. It's called Thief's Journal. And it's made up of stuff that I stole from other people, including the title. How does language make eye? That's what I want to know. Sunday morning, between the slats, smoky room, first-hand, second-hand cancer all at once, the power of 3, I guess. I haven't been sleeping well, boring, obvious dreams, waking up tired, green bags under my eyes, wet March rain sounding like applause. Patterson will let you in, but it looks flat. I walked into the bar in Norristown to buy something, maybe 20 guys in dungarees and steel-toed boots all looking at me. I thought, fuck you, I know exactly who you are. I come from you. Was it like that? Is it? I should say, how does the voice sound? I heard him read on tape, but I don't know if that would be it. Cantos, Maximus A, probably aren't trying to keep me, out, but I admit I'm ignorant. Any bar in Oakford or St. Paul on 7th Street or Greenfield, you'd get the same response. It's a long way from there, even to Patterson. It's like I always say, all you have to do to know what's going on is watch a little TV or get voicemail or access a data bank. The 20th century was a long time ago. It ended in 1916, R.I.P. Of course, Pound was already Pound, Joyce already Joyce, Picasso, Picasso, and they went on. Mostly everybody got obsessed with finishing, a stupid impulse to fill in. I remember Paul Metcalf looking at my bookshelves on Compton, low-keyed, smoking his pipe. It was embarrassing. I knew how dumb I was. Had he been to Indianapolis before, or had he walked Dr. Mills along a map? Anyway, it's dead now. Nobody knows where we are. Grandma standing on the platform as troop trains chugged past, a blizzard of folded white papers. Names, ranks, addresses. Gold ink spilling on the fields of Flanders. Apollinaire and Gaudier dead as stones. An outbreak of influenza infects the headlines. Later, Ernest types how once an angry young man dragged his father along the ground through his own orchard. Oh, America, it will let you in, but you aren't anywhere when you get here. It's snowing between the slats. No one is even listening for the voice, thinking they can somehow get what it has to say without hearing it.